I'm going to show you how you can create a date table in Power BI. So this date table, you don't need to create table-wise structure in Power BI to create a date table. Instead, you can use a code in Power BI to create a date table. So this function or this code can be utilized uh, maybe for for any data visualization. So I know that many people struggle with dates. Suppose you have some date format in your Excel sheet or a data source, and you wanted to convert it into quarter, you wanted to convert it into weekdays, you wanted to convert it into based on weekends. So you need to visualize data based on different criteria, maybe weekend visualization, week days visualization. How do you change a weekdays? Suppose for some people, weekday starts from Monday to Friday. For others, it can be, in different countries like UAE, it can be different. So how to do that? Now, before going into that, I'll just download a sample Power BI source data, an Excel financial data, which is available from the Microsoft site. Uh, guys, so be patient because this is going to change the way you visualize data in Power BI. So I think let's start. So we'll just get data from Excel. So this is a sample data source file which has some date field in it. So just a financial sample which I downloaded from the internet, from the Microsoft official site. So they use this for Power BI visualization and all those things. So let's see what this data comprise of. Okay. Now the Power BI, this is actually Power BI 2020. It's going to take some time, so please be patient. Yeah. So once it is loaded, you can see, yeah, it's loading. Financial sample data is loading. I think, yeah, it's taking a bit of time. Why? Because the financial field. Yeah, I'll just select either financials. Let me see if the financials. Yeah, this field has a date field starting from 2013 to 2014, and I need to visualize sales or whatever based on different quarters, different week ending, different weekdays. So how to do that? See, creating new fields in this table, it's not a viable option. Creating a weekend field, creating a quarter field, I've seen many people doing that. But you don't need to do all those things, okay? I'll just give you a ready-made code, which will create a new table called a date table, and you can connect that date table with this financial table to visualize the data. So let's load this data first. Yeah, so it's determining automatic transformations. Now, if you see the financial data that you have, it's getting loaded. Let me apply changes. So if you see something like this, just apply the changes. So it's creating connection in model. And guys, in between, please subscribe to my channel because I'm going to take you through, detailed uh, trainings on Power BI, Microsoft Visio, Microsoft Access, so all those things. So in the meantime, please subscribe to my channel and do not skip any part of the video because that's going to be really important. Now if you see 700 data, so that's a 700 record data. It's been loaded. Now if you see the financials here, wow, it looks good. Let me just click the sales. And just utilize. Let's go with the card. See, card is usually for representing maybe profit for a particular year or sales for a particular year. It's going to give you a detailed view, not a detailed view, a general view or an overview of the results. Suppose if you wanted to see profit for 2019, you can utilize this card visualization. So you can see here card visualization. If you see the card visualization is showing the total sales, it doesn't matter what year it is or which year it is. Now you wanted to know which date. See, there's a date hierarchy. Now I'm selecting a date hierarchy to see the sales for a particular year or a particular month. How do you do that? Yeah. So that's where the challenge lies. Most of the people they face challenges, in visualizing it using different dates. And if it's for a particular year, they find it really easy. But suppose if your leadership or if your management is asking you, see, I wanted to see a visualization or a sales visualization which shows every weekend in sales or every quarterly sales or every bi-weekly sales. So what are you going to do? Are you going to create every field based on the requirements specified by your or the requirements mentioned by your management or your manager or your senior manager? Is it going to be the way that you are going to do? No, I know that it's going to take ages for you and even then you will utterly fail. So what I'm going to show you is how you can connect the date field. Okay. Now for that you need to write a new code. So that code has to be entered into a new table. So I'll show you how to write a new code which can be used to connect, using this connector. If you see here, this is actually the relationship. Now, if you have two tables, you can connect this date field with the dates table, which I'm going to create now. Now let's take a sample, or let's take an text document, and we'll start inputting the code here. Okay, I'll just write the code one by one. So you people just let me know if you people find it difficult in between. So it's going to be a bit difficult for the initial guys. So what you can the function which actually creates a new date table which you can relate with the data table that we have already included here. So I'm just going to type the function. Just be patient. Let fn. So I'm going to name it as date table. Date table is equal to start date as date. I'm going to mention the parameters. Start date as date. Now we need end date as date again. Start date and end date we are going to mention that. Then financial year start month as number. Start month. Sorry for that, as number, as table, so equal to. Now let, see, you can type any number of columns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type some relevant columns, which you can utilize in your day-to-day life. Duration dot days, duration dot from end date, start date. So if you see here, this formula actually detects end date from the start date and give you the number of days. So that's the first column I'm going to put a count. Now the second one, it's going to be source. source dot dates start date comma day count comma duration. It's going to be the syntax. Okay, now we are done with the second column. Source, then table from list. List equal to table dot from list source comma splitter dot split by nothing, split by nothing. Okay, we are done with the third column. Now change type. One second. Change type equal to table dot from list, no table, sorry, dot transform column type. So I'm going to change the type, transform column types, table from list comma, so I'm making it column 1, column 1 comma type date, renamed columns equal to table dot rename columns, change type change type, I already typed that, change type comma, that's column 1 date, column 1 date. Sorry, so closing the ampersand. Yeah, now insert here, insert here equal to table dot add column renamed columns. So we have already mentioned that renamed columns, year number, number. One second. Renamed columns year. So guys, I'll do one thing. I'll just type this and I'll skip on to the completion part. So that will be really my code, So if you see here, I've included some fields like year, year number, quarter, month, day of that every, what is that day, particular day. Then the month name, calendar month, calendar quarter, day, week, day name. So week ending for every week, So for suppose if you are selecting some date, you want to know what is the week ending for that particular date. So you can know that, So week number, so insert month and year, insert quarter and year, change type, insert short year, so add a 5, etc. So what you can do is actually you can write down this code, and utilize this in all your visualizations. It doesn't matter. It's a general thing you can connect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this code. Okay, I'm going to take Power BI. Now I'm going to take modeling. Now I'm going to add a new table. So I'm going to add a new date table without adding any columns or anything, just this code. So this code will add all the relevant, um, column fields. So it might take some time. No, it's not taking time. Yeah, I'm working on it. So new table. Now I don't want you to create columns one by one. Okay, so I just copied the code. Now we can just type the code back. It's taking time more than expected. Hmm. I think we have to wait. Something happened right now. Okay, now I'm going to edit this. So let's name this table as date table. Mm, Date table will do good. I'll go for edit. Just click edit, okay. Please do not load the table as such. Click the edit. Now the Power Query editor will open up. And again, in the Power Query editor, you don't need to do any addition of any source or anything like that, and you don't need to type anything here. We just mention the date table name here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, see if you see here, there is an option called Advanced Editor in the Power Query editor, Advanced Editor for this table. Just click the Advanced Editor. Now the Advanced Editor will open up. You need to just remove this, and I'm going to add. So see, we have copied this code. Now just copy this code, Control C, and I'm going to paste it. Okay. If you see here, no syntax errors have been detected. So it shows that the code we have typed, it's 100% good enough, So now let's see, after adding this code and loading this, I'm just going to click done. What it's going to open up. Now some parameters will open up where you can add the date, start date, end date, and financial year, starting month, etc. So I just mentioned three parameters. Now in my example or the sample financial model, it's like I have financial data from 2013 and 2014, so just for 2 years. So what I can do is I can just mention the start date as 2013 Jan 1st. Sorry, 2013 Jan 1st, 2013. So till 2 years. Okay. Now suppose if your data is from like, for multiple years, you can just see the start date and end date in that in your data, and then set this accordingly, because we don't want, want to add multiple date fields. Suppose if I wanted to add till 2020, I can do that, but that's of no use. It will just, eat up more space, and it will take more time to visualize, because I need only data, or I need only the dates from Jan 2013 till December 2014, because that's my area of visualization. If I have a financial data for FY16, I need to change my end date and start date accordingly. So because I have only for 2 years, I'll just December 31st, 2014. Now FY start month, maybe you can start as one and just invoke. Financial year start month, it's Jan. So now if you see here, I got a new date table. Yeah, see, a date table which shows from Jan 1st, 2013 till December 31st, 2014. So if you see here, year has been mapped, quarter of the year has been mapped. See, we have given January as the starting quarter, or the month, which starts the quarter. So definitely January is going to be first quarter, and if you take February, again it's going to be the first quarter. Now starting from April, it's going to be second quarter of the year. Now the month of the year is fourth, so we got the month number, day of the month. So suppose if you want to know 10th April, what day of the month it is? It's 11th day of the month. For 11th April, it's 11th day of the month. Likewise. Now it's April 2013. Again, you got it in the month year format. Now quarter in the calendar. Then day of the week, which is another useful thing. So suppose if you wanted to know 1st April 2013 what it is, you can, easily refer here. Now the week ending for that particular day. Now suppose I wanted to know the week ending for 25th April. Is it a week ending 25th April? I'll just see it's a Thursday. Week ending is 27th April. Yeah, and it's the 17th week number for that year. Okay, we know that almost 52 weeks are there in a year, so this is the 17th week. So all the data has been mapped. Short year, 2013, it's 13. We just, and if you wanted to view that as an FY 2013, FY 14, it's there, FY 13. So see, based on your visualization, based on your see, suppose if you are good in coding and all those things, you don't need to be good in coding, but you can change the code as such. Okay, whatever fields you wanted to include here, because these are the certain fields which usually people wanted to visualize. So I just included all those. That's it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close and apply. So along with financials, you will see one more table which is called dates table. Let now apply changes. Perfect. See, all these are data sensitive things, so it might take some time. So applying query changes. So if you see, the number of rows are like 729, because we have added 2 years. So that's the reason why I'm telling you, based on your requirement, just limit the date, the start date and end date you give. Okay. Now I have an invoked function. Okay. I can just rename dates table. Perfect. Okay, already exists. So that itself is a dates table. Yeah. Fine. I got the dates table function here. Wow, perfect. Now I wanted to connect my financial data with the dates table function so that it can be utilized for visualization. Yeah, now if you see the financials, there is a date field. Now I wanted to connect that date field with the date in the invoked function. Let's do that. What do you say? Perfect. Yeah. So 1 to infinite, that's the, so if you click here or just, hover over this relationship, you can see that it's been connected. The invoked function or dates table has been connected with the financials. Now I can do one thing. I can just go for a visualization connecting the date field. I wanted to know quarter one, what are the sales figures? Okay, I'll just click this. I wanted to know the sales figures for quarter one. Now I'll check based on one second. We'll just change this from, yeah, sales figure financial year, sales by FY. See, so based on FY14 and FY15, see, 2013 is considered as FY14, 2014 is considered as FY15. That's how we, that's the usual terminology in the corporate world. So if you see here, the sales for 2014, 20 million, and 2015, it's 100 million. Likewise, similarly, you wanted to see based on the quarter. Now quarter of the year. So let's take the sales figure based on the quarter. Yeah. See, you can utilize different visualizations, based on how you get it. Yeah. If you see here, so this is giving you sales based on different quarters, Q3 2013, Q1 2014. So likewise, I hope this looks really well, right? Yeah. So rather than adding it to your data field, so this is going to be an awesome trick or an awesome method you can utilize in any of your data visualization, and it's going to give you an edge over others, who utilize Power BI for their visualization. So for them, it's very difficult, they struggle a lot with data date visualization. So which you can utilize or which you can do in a glimpse of time. So guys, this is end of my video. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll just, uh, showcase my code once more. So you can just write down this code, post the screen and write down the code. That's it. So thank you. Take care.